Hi, my name is Patrick, but you can call me 26. And what we're going to do today is we are going to work on our purchase pop-up view, right? So when a user wants some VIP features, like if they've run out of swipes and they need more swipes, they could come here, hit this button, and we're going to have this pop-up. We're going to change the wording a bit later on when we're connecting it to the actual stuff that we want them to purchase. And here we have upgrade account, and it just says upgrade account, and you could hit upgrade now, and then you're going to get this particular view, which allows you to upgrade. And it gives you a number of options. It lets you swipe through, and it tells you the things that you would get once you swipe, right? So you could get that, you could reverse swipes and whatnot and so on, right? Then you have the three options. You can either pick 12 months, you can either pick 6 months, and if you pick the first one, it doesn't have the overlay, right? It doesn't have the color overlay like these ones, right? So these ones are supposed to encourage you because they have this one is more popular, I'm guessing, and this one, which lasts the longest, has the greatest savings, right? So we tell the user that this is the best value, this is the one that most people take, so take this one. And if you select this one, you can totally select it, like you see it's highlighted, the color is highlighted, but we want to sort of discourage a user, right? So that's going to be that. And then we could hit the subscribe, and we could hit no thanks where if there's an error in our payment and whatnot, and so on and so forth, right? So that is going to be our particular view if we want the user to subscribe, right? So this is what you're going to create, and this view is going to be unique, unlike the other views, because this is going to be the first view that you're going to create entirely in SwiftUI, right? All the other views we have created using UIKIT, this one is going to be completely 100% SwiftUI. So let's get to it. Now, what you're going to build in this section is pretty straightforward. This is what you're going to build, right? Now, what you're going to build is going to be the SwiftUI view. We're going to create our own view. I know there's a way in SwiftUI you can use a particular view that is created by Apple for purchases and whatnot. We're going to create our own, and this is what we're going to create in this section, right? So it's going to be completely in SwiftUI, right? So what it's going to be is there's going to be this tagline, get premium. Then there's going to be this slideshow where you could swipe in, and it's going to tell you the stuff that you're going to get. And then there's going to be this subscriptions, which will tell you the price, the savings, and which ones are the best value or which ones are the most popular and whatnot. Then there's the recurring billing, and then there's this button that is already selected, and the reason it's already selected, or rather it's in this color, is to encourage somebody to subscribe or buy in. And then there's the no thanks, which is in less glorious color for obvious reasons, so that you can get people to pick this one. And then these two are requirements by Apple, right? Remember our privacy policy and our terms of use, we have to put them here, right? So that's a requirement by Apple, right? So this is all we're going to do in this particular section. So let's get to it. And then we're also going to interface so that when a user hits or tries to do something that requires them to be a subscriber in our UIKit, right? So if, for example, they try to select the third button, if you can remember from our profile, if you try and select the third button to put an image on it, we're going to show you this page and tell you, no, if you're not yet VIP, you're not allowed to do this, right? And we're also going to do it if they try and swipe more than 2, right? Because we are limiting the swipes to 2. So if you want more than 2 swipes, you have to be a VIP, right? And what's the next thing? What's another place? Okay, the other places. There's several places where we only allow VIP to do, and there are also other views that are going to incorporate this VIP abilities, which are going to be in SwiftUI, right? Which we have not yet built, right? So that's all we're going to be building in this section. Let's get to it. Okay, so what do we do, right? So what you're going to do now is we need 2 models, right? Let's go to the models and create another model. Okay, we don't actually have a model, right? That's interesting. I thought we had one. Hit Command N. We'll be creating the models particularly when we are sending the user data back to Firebase, right? So let's create a new, let's make it, okay, I think identifiable will need it to be a SwiftUI view. Let's try Swift, right? Let's see if it's in Foundation. Let's call this subscription, and subscription is going to be, it's just going to model out the information that's going to be in our subscription. That's going to be struct, like so, and then we're going to have subscription like so, and this is going to be identifiable, which is a protocol. I guess it's in, I thought identifiable was in SwiftUI. It's also because it's particularly useful when you're creating SwiftUI views. But yeah, all it requires you to conform is to have an ID. So we could hit this, fix this, and we have ID. And instead of this, we're just going to have an ID. To make it unique, is just going to be UUID, like so, right? So that's going to be our ID, and then we save our month, and we're going to have a look at that in a bit. Month is going to be an integer, the number of months, right? And then we're going to have our monthly cost is going to be a double. You're going to see it in a bit. Then we're going to have our total cost is also going to be a double, right? So let's have a look at what that looks like. Or rather, we have another thing, var save. Save is more savings, right? Related to the savings, var save, and save is going to be an integer, like so. Then we're going to have var tagline. Tagline is going to be of type, okay, enum. Tagline is going to be string, just go. And what it's going to be here is going to be, we're going to have three possible tagline. We're going to have case popular, like so. That's going to be populare. Then we're going to have case best value, and this is going to be, then we're going to have case none, right? So one of them will have none, right? So let's see, tagline, tagline is going to be of type tagline, and it's going to default to none, right? You could put any because they're only going to be three, right? And this is going to be assignment, so it's unique, like so, right? So that is done. Now the next thing would be to create, we could put it in its own file, right? But it's a really small one, and it's related to this, and it's just another struct, right? So let's have a look at what this data will represent, right? So if we move this to the side here, okay, so you see an ID. It's going to have the month. In this case, we have 12 months. Here we have 6 months. Here we have 1 month. The monthly cost is going to be 4.9, 5.9, 6.9. The savings are not available on all of them, right? So it's going to be either you save 28%, you save 14%, you save no percent. The total cost is going to be 59, 35.9, 6.99, right? And what's it next? Yeah, that's all. So this is the basic information that we're having a look at, right? So let's create the information that will be contained in the, I'm calling it the purchase slideshow, right? So let's just come here and we say struct, like so. And this one is going to be called okay, let's spell it correctly, purchase slideshow, or however you want to spell it. Make sure that that's how you keep spelling it, right? We're going to have let ID, give it equal space. ID is going to be UUID, like so. Then we're going to say let image name. What's the image name going to be? That's going to be of type string. So we come here and we say string, like so. Then we say let title. And what's the title? The title is going to be of type string, like so. Then we say let description. What's the description? It's going to be of type string, right? So now we have all the information that we need, and if you need to see it, this is going to be an ID, right? For this is going to be an ID, so it's identifiable. The image name is just going to be this. You can see it, right? That's the image name. The title is going to be VIP badge, and the description is going to be stand out with a VIP badge, right? So you're going to be making a number of them. It's going to be the tab. Is it the page? Okay, I'm forgetting the name of the tab view something, right? Tab view. We're going to see it in a bit, right? So they're going to be a number of them, and you can swipe them, right? So that's what you're going to be creating right now in a couple, and this is how we describe the data. So what we could do next is maybe create an array with all this information so that we can just loop through them when we're creating the SwiftUI views. So let's do that. The next thing we need to do is going to be we need to create arrays that contain the information that we want to loop through, right? So what that looks like, or how that would look like, is let's come here, hit it. Where do we put it? Let's put it in the constants, right? So let's come here and just say let subs, and subs are going to be an array of subscriptions. So we say subscriptions or subscription. What? Okay, subscription, not subscriptions, right? And it's going to be that, and hit enter. And so it's going to be an array of subscription, and we could just use the member as initializer, right? So the month is going to be, we want it to be 12 months. The monthly cost is going to be 4.99. The total cost is going to be 59.99. The save is going to be 28. The save is going to be 28, and we need a tagline. So we come here and we say tagline is going to be dot best value, right? Come here to repeat the trick. Subscription month is going to be 6. Cost is going to be 5.99. Total cost is going to be 35.99. Save, make it 14, right? 14%. And tagline is going to be popular, right? Then final subscription month is going to be 1 month. Monthly cost is going to be 6.99. Total cost is going to be 6.99, like so. And there's going to be nothing else associated with this particular option, and these are arrays, right? So they need commas to separate the elements. So we do that, and that is going to be done. And the next thing, and if you're interested, that's just the information here, right? 12 months 4.99, 12 months 4.99, 59.99, savings at 28, and this is going to be best value. And the popular here, the word popular is what you see at the top here, right? What you see at the top here. So that's done, right? Now let's have the purchase slideshow. So we come in and say let purchase slideshow, and this is going to be, it's basically the same thing. We're doing the same thing, right? We are not doing anything new. So let's come in and say purchase slideshow, like so. And this is going to be this. Come here, do this. Come here, say purchase slideshow. Image name is going to be crown.fill, like so. Title is going to be unlimited matches. Unlimited matches. Description is going to be swipe and match as many times as you want, right? Let's go, let's do that, and then we put a comma like so, and this is going to be purchase slideshow. Image name, this is going to be, come here, say person dot crop. Okay, let's just check them and ensure that we get the correct one, right? And that's going to be, we get them from the SF symbol, right? That's going to be person dot crop dot circle dot fill dot badge. Oh god, badge check mark, right? Which one is it? This one, right? So let's just copy the name. It's a bit of a mouthful, right? Come here, paste it. The title in question is going to be VIP badge. Oh, I can't think of what would VIP badge, right? So we thought to put that as a VIP badge, VIP badge. Or let's look at something that indicates VIP, because we're already using, for some reason, I didn't want to put the crown there. Yeah, I put this, like sort of like to communicate that you have been verified or you have been vetted or something of the sort. Or we could maybe, let's just look at something that creates, let's see, VIP. Okay, I don't think there's going to be a VIP, but that's a star. Crown, something with a crown. Crown dot fill. Okay. Yeah, we could put crown dot fill, right? Because if you're a VIP, and the badge that you get when you're a VIP is a crown, right? It makes more sense. Okay, I'm convinced it's crown dot fill, right? Now the description is going to be the same. Stand out with a VIP badge, right? So you do that and you're going to stand out with but then we would need to change this here, right? So unlimited matches. What creates the idea of infinity? Unlimited matches, right? So infinite. Okay. Infinite.circle.fill. Okay. Copy name, right? Limited. Okay, that is done. And let's go to the next one. What's the next one? The next one is going to be here. It's going to be photo.on. Okay, let's come back here. Say here photo.on.rectangle.fill, right? I wanted to have the idea of multiple images, right? So multiple images, because we only allow a user one image if they're not a VIP, right? So that we can get them to VIP-nize or become VIP, right? Switch over to the VIP section, right? So in such a situation, what we do is we're going to say, come here and to say multiple images, like so, and the description is going to be come here, say share multiple images to showcase yourself, right? Come here, put comma, like so, say purchase slideshow image name. We are going to say clock.badge.xmarks.fill. Okay, let's just come here, get back here. This one is going to be clock.badge.xmark.fill. This one, right? So if you swipe on someone and decide that they're not for you, but then maybe you have run out of swipes later on, you can reverse the swipe. We have not created the page where you'll be able to do this. We'll be doing that in a bit. So that's the idea here, right? So if you're a VIP user, you can reverse swipes. If you're not a VIP user, you can't reverse swipes. So this is what we're trying to communicate, right? Come here, say what's the description is going to be swipe on users as many times as you want, right? Come here, put a full stop, come here, do this, come here, say purchase slideshow, right? What's the next one? The next one is going to be arrow.clockwise.heart.fill, right? And this one is going to be someone likes you, right? So if you're a VIP user, you're going to have the ability to see if someone likes you, right? So if I've swiped on you and it's just waiting on me to swipe on you, then we get matched, right? That's basically what I'm trying to communicate. And what that looks like, let's just have a look at this, right? We're going to create that feature. It's going to be arrow dot this is going to be arrow.clockwise.fill, right? So what this feature, if I can explain it a bit quickly, is I think there's a specific feature on what's it called, on is it Tinder or Bumble or one of them, right? Where if a user likes you and you're the second part, the one who is going to get the screen with all the confetti that we created, right? You should be able to know this if you're a VIP user, right? So we come here and we say clockwise.heart.fill, right? So that's going to be that. Well, this is actually a better one for, if you ask me, this is actually better for the reverse swipes, right? So like you change your mind on a swipe, right? But then how would we communicate this? So yeah, anyway, we are optimizing before we finish. Let's just figure that out, right? Come here, say be informed when a user likes you, right? So if a user likes you, what we want to do is we want to make sure that you can, if you're a VIP user, you know that, right? And then the final one, or the final thing that you can do if you're a VIP user is going to be, let's come in and say globe.desk.fill, right? So you have that, and the title is going to be something like match globally. And what's that going to be? Exactly what you think it is, right? Get matches from around the world, right? And that's going to be globe.desk.fill. That's a pretty straightforward one. That's going to be, let's come here and we say globe.desk.fill, this one, right? So that is that, and we'll see, right? This arrow.circle looks good, but I don't have one for someone likes you, right? So troll through all the 5,100 images, pick one that could fit this, and then use it, right? So with that done, let's proceed. Now, what do we want to do? We would like to make sure that we have let's start with the purchase slide image slideshow view, right? So that's going to be this part, right? Let's start by creating that. Now, where would we put it? Well, we could put it in our views because it's going to be contained in a larger view, right? You could put it wherever. So the controller, exactly. We're going to put it in a view, right? The other one is going to be put in a controller despite being a view, the larger enclosing one, or however you want to put it, right? So let's call it purchase slideshow. Is the slideshow view, and this is going to be a view like so. Come here, this is going to be this, do this, get that, hopefully give it a second. It's taking its sweet time, right? Okay, it's taking its sweet time. Okay, we're still waiting on it, right? Okay, what this is going to have is going to be, or is it ever going to appear, right? Okay, there, finally, right? So we're going to have here is going to be binding, and we're going to have the change is going to be passed in. This is going to be a boolean, right? And we're going to have at binding. This is going to be var start, and start is also going to be a boolean, right? These are going to be just the animation, right? So what you're going to have here is going to be a vstack. Let's have a vstack like so. Come here, have this, and this is just going to be image. And what's the image? The image, let's give ourselves a bit more real estate. Come here, image is going to be from the system name is going to be gotten from the purchase. Okay, we also need to pass in a purchase slideshow. Let purchase slideshow is going to be of type purchase slideshow, right? So this one is going to be gotten from the purchase slideshow dot image name, right? We actually have one there, and the font is going to be dot system. Size is going to be, it's going to be a bit big, so we say 50 like so. Dot foreground style like no, foreground style like so. That's going to be it's going to be dependent on the change, right? So it's going to animate between pink and purple, or whichever colors you prefer, right? Pick two colors, let them animate it between those two, and we say dot scale effect. What's the scale effect? The scale effect is going to be dot linear. Okay, the scale effect is going to be dependent on the change, and this is going to be between 1.2 and 1, right? So it's going to be 20% bigger when it's animating, right? Come here, and then we need animation, right? So we say dot animation like so. Animation is going to be dot linear. The duration is going to be dot okay, the duration is going to be 0.8 like so, 0.8. The value is going to be change, and we need it to auto reverse, right? So this is going to be dot repeat forever auto reverses. This is going to be true, right? That's it. Okay, and this is not pink but dot pink, right? So we say dot pink like so. That's going to be that. Then we come here, we say text. That's going to be text, and this is going to be purchase slideshow like so. Dot title. Dot title. So we have the title like so. Then we say dot font is going to be dot large title. Come here, make it bold. So it's going to be bold like so. Come here, say dot okay, there's something we need, right? So let's leave that. I just realized there's something. Come here, we say text. This is going to be that. Then we come here and we say purchase slideshow dot description, right? And this is going to be dot multi-line text alignment is going to be center. Come here, this is going to be dot font is going to be dot headline. Come here, this is going to be dot foreground style is going to be dot primary, and we're going to say that is going to be that. And then on the VStack, when it appears, we're going to come here and we say dot on appear, put it in a closure, come here. That's going to be start dot toggle. And then we say change. That's going to be that, right? So we do that, and it's going to complain because we have not passed it in here. The various the constant and the change and the type of slideshow, right? If you want to do it quickly, you could just come here, change, and do this, hit fix. The change here, we're just going to say dot constant. It's going to be true, like so. The start is going to be dot constant is going to be true, like so. On the purchase slideshow, we could come to our array, and our array, remember, is called purchase. What's our array called? Slideshow. I thought it was called purchase slideshow. Is it purchase slide? Okay, let's just check our array on constants. Come here to constants, check our purchase slideshow. It's called purchase slideshow. Okay, like so. Let's make it explicit by saying data, right? Come back here, right? Purchase slideshow data, like so. And this is going to be 4, right? So if we do this, hopefully we get something on the screen, right? So someone likes you, right? So we're picking one, let's pick 3, like so. 2, 1, 0, unlimited matches, right? And I think they're 6, so this should be 5. Match globally, right? So that's basically what we have done, but we still want to animate it, so we will do that in a bit. For our animation, what we could do is we want to animate 2 things. We would like to animate the I'm thinking we do the image and the title and the description, right? Let's do the image will just flash and disappear, right? But the title, we want to move them around, right? So what that would look like, the title and the description, right? So what that would look like is we would come here and we say, after we say bold, we just want to say dot animation, like so. And we want dot interpolating spring. And here we're going to have a stiffness, right? The interpolating spring is going to have a stiffness, yes, the stiffness, and that's going to be 40. We already have talked about interpolating springs and stiffness. They work pretty much the same here. Where do we talk about them? We talked about them when we were animating views, right? Deciding whether the view comes back with stiffness and damping, right? So that's that, and then we come here and we say damping is going to be 8, like so, right? And then after that, we might want dot delay, right? And the delay is just going to be 0.2, like so. And then we would like it to repeat forever. So we say dot repeat forever, and auto reverses is going to be set to, it's going to be a boolean, so this is going to be true, right? And after all this, what we would need is to have a value next to it, right? And the value is going to be based on, is going to be start, right? Now we want this to be the case, and we also want to apply this in particular to, let's come here, this, right? So we're going to have the same, right? It's going to be that, right? So it's going to have that as our animation, right? Of course, you're not going to see it now, but we are going to have a look at it because we're putting it as constant, right? So what we want to do, right, is we would like, you would notice that the animation is the same here, right? We have the same modifier on the purchase title and the description. So if you have two modifiers that are exactly the same, you could leave it like this, and this is going to work perfectly, right? But we could cut back on the amount of code we write by writing a modifier for both of them, right? So you could create a view modifier that can just be applied to, because they're exactly the same, right? And maybe if you, unless you want to pass in different values, right? But here in our case, the values are exactly the same. So what we could do is we could come to extensions, and in our extensions, the first thing we want to do is, since now we have been doing UIKit mainly, what we want to do next is we would like to put in place, come up here, right? We want to import SwiftUI, right? Now we're dealing with SwiftUI, right? So we have SwiftUI like so, and then we go to the, all the way to the bottom, must be something like 400 lines by now, right? So we come all the way to the bottom, okay, more than 400 and almost 50, right? So we come here and we say struct, and this struct is going to be, or you could put it in its own, you could put it on its own file and say that these are going to be the extensions for the SwiftUI views, right? So what we want is going to be purchase slide show, like so, spell it correctly, slide show, like so, view animation modifier. Okay, I gave it such a long name. Purchase slideshow view animation modifier. Okay, I gave it such a long name. This is going to be a view modifier, which is a protocol, right? And what it's going to have, it's going to be, we're going to pass in the binding like so, and that's going to be var animate like so, and this is going to be a boolean like so, and we're going to say body this, right? Now we have this, and what we want to do is take the content, say dot foreground style, and this is going to be it's going to be based on the animate, and here we're just going to say dot pink, and if not, we're going to say dot purple. So that's going to be that. Then we're going to say dot animate, okay, dot animation, not animate, but animation like so, and here we're going to say okay, dot animation, let's just type it out, I'm not sure which one, this one is the one we're looking for, right? Animation, and here it's going to be dot interpolating spring, let's pick this, right? This is going to be interpolating spring. The stiffness we're going to put in a 40, the damping is going to be an 8, it needs a delay, so we say dot delay is going to be 0.2 like so, the value the delay is going to be that, and it needs repeat forever, dot repeat forever, this is going to be, and reverse is going to be true, value is going to be animate, right? That's done. Now what we need to do is, you could further simplify it to make it easier to call, right? But what we're going to do is we're just going to come here, and yeah, we're going to call this from a particular view. What we're going to do now is we're going to come here, and we have the extension, and what's the extension? It's going to be extension on the view like so, and this is just to make it easier for us. We could call this with the purchase slideshow view animation modifier, but what we want to do is we want to make it a bit easier to call. So we're going to say come here, and we say func. We're going to create a function, and this one is just going to be called purchase slideshow animation, oh god, it's a long word, animation modifier, right? So we call it that, and we're going to pass in a binding, and the binding is going to be of type binding like so. Come here, and this is going to be a boolean, bool like so, and it's just going to spit out a view. So we say some view like so. Come here, and we're just going to call modifier, and the modifier in question is going to be the modifier that we created here, right? It's going to be purchase slideshow, purchase slideshow show. There are many purchase slideshow view animation modifier, right? This one, and what we need to pass to it is binding, right? So yeah, the things have very similar names and many of them are structs, so we need to be exact in what we're calling. So sometimes you have to type damn near the whole word to make sure that you can see it clearly, right? But now we have everything we need, and we can now call it, and it will simplify our code a bit, just slightly a bit, right? So what we would do next is come back to our particular view, this purchase that whatever I called it, and we can now get rid of this animation like so. And what we're going to do is just call dot purchase slideshow animation like so, and the binding is going to be $start, right? Repeat the trick. Slideshow, and the binding is going to be $start, right? So hopefully this is going to be that, right? And of course it's still not in its container view, so you still can't see it, right? But that's how you do how you get view modifiers, right? Create your own custom view modifiers, right? So that's basically that. So let's proceed from there. Let's proceed now. The next view we would like to create, let me just talk about it. We have done this part, right? Like by and large. No, we haven't done this part. We have done a portion of it, right? We haven't still done the tab and whatnot, right? We've done a portion of it here, right? What we want to do now is just concentrate on this, right? So let's do that. So what we want to do is come to views here, hit Command N, and this one is going to be called, it's going to be a SwiftUI view, and it's going to be called purchase option view, right? So the names keep getting longer and longer, right? It's going to have a VStack, so let's just put a VStack here. Put a VStack, come here, do that, right? So it's going to be a VStack, and we're going to pass in two things. We're going to pass in the subscription, so we say var subscription, and the subscription is going to be of type like so, subscription, right? Then we're going to have var is selected, var is, no, not us, but is selected. How do you spell it? Like so. And this is going to be Boolean, right? So depending on whether or not you've selected the subscription, it's going to look different, right? So in this case, you see that this ones have color in them, this ones are grayed out, right? And this one has an outline. So that's basically what that Boolean, that flag is going to be used for, right? And we have text here, and the text at the top is going to be, we're going to pass in, let's do this. We're going to use interpolation, and the interpolation in question is just going to be subscription.month like so. Come here, do this, come here, say .font like so. Come here, and it's going to be .system. Size is going to be 40 like so. Weight is going to be .medium, right? So we do that, that's going to be that, and we need to put a spacer, right? Let's come here, say spacer like so, and it's going to be .frame. What's this? This is going to be height. What's the height? It's going to be 1, right? That's going to be that, and after that we put the next text. It's going to be, okay, spell it correctly. Let's spell it correctly. Text. This is going, okay, text. This is going to be month. Okay, spell it correctly. Month like so. Come here, this is going to be that, that's going to be this, it's going to be subscription dot month greater than 1. We are going to add an S, right? Else add nothing, right? So what you're going to do here is, if the subscription that is passed has more than 1, it's going to be months. If it's only going to be 1, it's going to be month, right? So that stops us from checking this, right? So we're just going to put in the number of months, and for 12 and 6, since they're greater than 1, they're going to have an S, right? So that's one way you could do it. That's going to be that. Come here, they say .font. What's the font? It's going to be .system. Size is going to be 14. That's done. Okay, 14. Then we say dot font weight. This is going to be is selected. And what is selected? It's going to be, if it is, it's going to be dot bold, else it's going to be regular, right? That's going to be that. Then we have another text, and this text is just going to be $, and then we use a string formatter. Come here and say string, like so, and we want to format it. Come here, say format, and this is going to be percent dot 2f. This should be a string, right? Percent dot 2f, like so, and then come here, get rid of this percent. The format is going to be that. Then we're going to say subscription dot monthly cost, right? So that's just going to be that. Get the subscription dot monthly cost and make sure you reduce it to significant figures. And after that, maybe we could come here and we say spacer, like so, spacer dot frame, and the frame is going to have a height of 1, like so. So that is done. Let's finish this, right? So after this, what we want to do is we want to check if subscription dot save is not nil. We're going to have a text, and the text is going to be save. Come here, do this, say subscription dot save, and it's going to be 0, and we can make this a percentage, right? So if it's not nil, just put it as 0 or put it as a percentage, like so. And then we're going to have a foreground style. This is going to be dot purple, like so. Come here, say dot font is going to be dot system, size is going to be 16, like so, and weight is going to be dot black, right? As heavy as possible. Come here, make the frame. Come here, say frame is going to be a height, and this is going to be 22, right? And else we're just going to come here and we say spacer dot frame, and the height is going to be, let's say 16, right? That is done. And then after this, we come here and we say spacer, come here, say frame, come here, say height is going to be 8, right? And after this, the next thing to do is we need a total cost for the subscription, right? So we come here and we say text, and this is just going to be $ leading. Okay, it needs to be a string, right? Interpolate. What do we interpolate? We interpolate, and this is going to be string, like so, and this is going to be format. Okay, the format is going to be, come here, say it's going to be percent dot 2f, like so. Come here, ditch this, and this is going to be subscription dot total cost, right? So we have that, and after that we are going to give it a font. Come here, say font, and this is going to be font. We don't want title, we want dot system. Size is going to be 20. Weight is going to be bold, right? So that is going to be done. And at the end of all this, we're going to be in our VStack, and we need to give it a bunch of things. We want to say that the Horizontal is going to be 8, like so. Come here, say dot padding. Come here, say dot vertical. That's going to be 12. Come here, say dot foreground style, and this is going to be not is selected. If it's not selected, it's going to be gray, else we're going to have black, dot black rather. You can see not selected, selected, basically that. And after that, we are going to have an overlay, and the overlay is going to be based on whether or not it's selected, right? So let's put that overlay. So we come here and we say dot overlay, overlay, like so. And we're just going to say check is selected and subscription dot tagline is not none, right? So if this is the case, what we want to do is have a Z stack, right? Come here, say Z stack, and in the Z stack we're going to have align it at the top. So we say alignment is going to be dot top. Come here, the content, instead of a rectangle or a text here, we're going to have a rectangle. Come here, say foreground style is going to be dot purple, like so. Dot frame, make it 20, like so. Come here, dot corner radius. I know that might be in some future, it might be what's it called, it might be phased out in some future, right? But yeah, let's just keep typing, and this is going to be text, like so. Text is going to be here, subscription, and it's going to be tagline, and it's going to be raw value, right? That's going to be that. Then we're going to have the foreground style. Okay, come here, foreground style is going to be white, like so. Come here, say dot line limit is going to be 1. Come here, say dot padding, dot top is going to be 2. Come here, dot padding, dot horizontal is going to be 6, and we say dot minimum scale factor, that's going to be 0.1. This allows it to shrink to a certain percentage, so it can shrink until 10%, right, of its original value, I believe. And then we're going to come here and we say rounded rectangle, and this is going to have a corner radius, like so, and the style is going to be continuous, right? And this is going to be 10, and the style is going to be dot continuous, like so. And we come here and we just say dot stroke, stroke, and this is going to be that, and the stroke is going to be color dot purple, and the line width is going to be 2, right? And at the end of this, okay, this is remember, we are either showing this or we are showing nothing, right? So get the end of this. Okay, let's just get the Z stack comes until here, else we're just going to say nil, right? So we do that, and that's going to be good, but we're still going to have a problem because you're not showing anything, right? So what we want to do is, instead of this, we're going to come here and we say, let's say H stack, right? We're going to have an H stack, and in the H stack, we're just going to come in and say for each, and we're going to go from 0 all the way to, but not subs. What do we call it? We call them subs, right? Okay, subs, it's not dot count, right? And we're going to come here and we say index in, and we're just going to say let element, or give it some name. The name doesn't really matter. It's just going to be subs at a particular index, like so. And we just want the purchase option view Subscription is going to be element, and is selected is going to be true, right? If we do this, we're going to get this, right? So in this case, all of them are selected, right? So this is what it looks like. This is what all this code that we've been writing looks like, right? This is what they are: best value, popular, non-selected. Now, what do they look like if this is not true, right? So what we could come here and say, this is going to be false, and we see it. And this is what they look like, right? They're gray when they're not selected. They don't have the overlay. They are less attractive. So that way you could see how you could cycle through them, right? But this is still not the main view. Let's put them in the main view and then we can actually see them. Now, what's the next view we need to create? The next view we need to create is we need to come here and we say we're going to create a new view, and this one is going to be upgrade slideshow. Let's come here and we say upgrade slideshow, right? Hit create, come here, and we're going to get rid of this. It's going to have 3 states, right? Come here, say at state is going to be private var, like so, and this is going to be selected, and this is going to be 0, like so. Come here, say at state private var change, this is going to be false. Come here, say at state private var, this is going to be start, this is going to be false, right? So we do that, and this is just going to be the enclosing view. What we're creating is going to be the enclosing view for this, right? So let's do that. Let's come here and we say tab view, like so, and the selection is going to be $ selected, like so. Come here. Okay, we could leave it like this. I really hate that content part, but oh, let's just get rid of the content, right? Come here, do this. Come here, do this, then loop through them, right? We say for each, go from 0 all the way to purchase slideshow data, purchase slideshow. Again, there are so many things that data, yes, dot count. Then we could come here and we say we want index in, and we say let element, just like we did a bit, it's going to be purchase slideshow. We have to spell out the whole damn thing. Purchase slideshow data, and we just want the index, right? Do that, we get that, and then we just call purchase slideshow view, right? Purchase slideshow view, like so. It's going to need a couple of things. It's going to need no, this is slideshow view, this is option view, this is the wrong one, right? So you see the names can be a bit purchase slideshow view, right? And this is going to need a change, and luckily we do have a $ change here. We can pass $ change. Start is going to be $ start purchase slideshow. It's going to be from the element, right? We get that, and you can see that on the screen. You can see it animating, right? It's not yet finished. Come here, come here. That's that, right? And this is just going to be tab view style, and the style is going to be the page, like so. Index view style, it's going to be page, and we could come here and we say this is going to be background display mode is going to be always, like so. Come here, say animation, and this is going to be default, and this is going to be the value we are following is going to be selected, right? Okay, that's basically it, right? So this is the view, and let's see the various views. Unlimited, VIP badge, multiple images, reverse swipes, someone likes you, problem with someone likes you. Okay, where would this, the problem would probably be in someone likes you. Problem with someone likes you. Okay, where is it? Budget slides, be informed. Someone likes you, right? Arrow.clockwise.heart.fill. Okay, maybe. Come here, see. Arrow.clock.heart, right? Copy name. Let's see this in action. Okay, let's see this, and this is going to be, give it a second. It's taking its sweet time. Oh, we can't run it because we won't see it, right? We need to go back. I had forgotten. Yes. Let's see it. Make sure that it's working. Let's run this. Make sure everything is as it should be. Give it a second. Okay. VIP, multiple images, reverse swipes. Someone likes you is still not showing up. Okay. Be informed when somebody likes you, right? Let's go back to our constant. Might it be this? Let's just put heart.fill and see whether or not this is the problem. It has to be here because the code is used like everywhere, right? So let's just okay, and match globally. Okay, for some reason I'm not getting it. Oh, okay, here it's also not showing, right? So it's not, the problem is not with us, but the fault is not in us, but in the stars, right? So let's just keep building and make sure that when we actually get to putting it on the device, whether it works, that's the most important part, and we'll see that in a bit. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we create the view that all this will be contained, right? It's going to be a pop-up. So how we do that is, well, you could put it here among the controllers, among the views, but let's just put it, let's put it among the views. Hit Command N. This is going to be a SwiftUI view, so you could hit SwiftUI like so, and this one is going to be called Purchase Pop Up View. Hit that, and that's going to be that, right? Now we come here, and the first thing we're going to do is let's give ourselves a couple of states. We're going to have at state private var. This is going to be selected, and this is going to be, we could tell it the type, so it's going to be integer. This is going to be 1. Then we come here and we say add state private var. Then we're going to have present alert. Present alert is going to be set to false. Then we come here and we say at state private var message. This is going to be an empty string, right? Okay, so that is done. The next thing is going to be geometry reader. Let's come here and we say this is going to be our geometry reader. Like so, in our geometry reader in the closure, we're going to have geometry, like so. Geometry in, that's going to be the closure. And what's going to be the closure? We're going to have a spacer first. Have a spacer, give it a frame. Give the frame a height. What's the height going to be? 20. That's done. What's the next one? It's going to be text. Okay, text is going to be get premium, like so, right? Then we are going to say the foreground style. Foreground style is going to be dot purple, like so. Come here, say this is going to be dot font. This is going to be dot system. Size is going to be 24. Weight is going to be dot heavy, right? Like so. Come that and say dot padding, and this is going to be dot top. This is going to be 6, right? So we get that. It's going to be that, and the next thing we need to do is going to be our upgrade slideshow. So let's put it. So we just call our upgrade slideshow, like so. And in our upgrade slideshow, and what we want to the upgrade slideshow is going to be the frame. We're going to come here and say dot frame, and we can use our geometry reader. Our geometry reader just uses the space that is available to it to calculate, in case you want to put something at a specific position, right? So for example, if you want to give a view, make a view take 30% of the space available, you use a geometry reader. So you calculate 30%, right? So the height here, we want it to take a third of the entire space available, right? So the height here is just going to be geometry dot size dot height, and then we divide it by 3, right? So we do that, it will take a third the height, right? And okay, equal space, of course, and then afterwards it will take a third of the height. Then we say we give it some padding. We say padding and dot top, like so, and then afterwards we say, let's say about 8. Let's do that, and it's going to be that. And now it's starting to look a bit like what you expect it to look like, right? And then after that, we need our purchase option view, right? So our purchase option view, remember, in order to show them when you are doing this, okay, where is it? Is it here? Oh, here, right? We use the H tag. So this is basically what you're going to do, right? So let's just come back here, right? So that's going to be that. Let's come here, and we just want we want the H tag. Come here, say H tag, like so, and we're going to loop through, and we're just going to say for each, like so. Give ourselves a bit more space, and this is just going to be, we're going to go from 0 all the way to subs dot count. I don't know why it's so hard to get it right. It's not, we're not getting it right. And this is going to be index in, like so, and this is going to be let element, and element is just going to be subs, like so, and the particular index, like so. So we have that, and we say purchase option view. Oh god, purchase option view, like so, and the subscription in question is going to be element, like so. Is selected is going to be, how we know it's selected, if the index matches the selected, right? And remember, selected is this here, right? So that's going to be that. We have not told it where we want it to be. And when you tap it, come here and say on tap gesture, what code do we do? We switch the selected to the index, right? So that's that, and we need to give it padding. Let's give our H tag padding. Come here and say dot padding, like so, right? And let's make this, okay, everything is crunched up at the top here. Let's just keep building, right? Come here, say afterwards this is going to be text, and this is going to be something like recurring. Okay, that's that. And we give it a font. Come here, say okay, I see the problem. We forgot to put everything in a VStack, right? So after this geometry reader, after this spacer, let's put everything in a VStack, right? Let's come here, put VStack, right? Come here, do this, and then we can put the text. Let's see, get premium, cut, put it here. That's done, right? Then after that, we get the upgrade slideshow. Come, cut this, put it here, right? Then we're going to have our H tag. Come, cut this, put it here. Then after that, we are going to have the recurring building. Come, cut this, put it here, right? So it looks a bit better now. We have our VStack, and you know, in the one of the things that you will notice about the geometry reader and VStack is that the VStack tries to center everything, right? The geometry reader will start it at the leading side, right? So that's why the get premium has moved like this, right? Now this looks a lot like almost exactly like what we're building, right? So this is this. Now we just need to put everything, the rest of it in place, right? So we have that, and what's the next thing we need is, let's say, padding here. We just want padding, right? Just padding. Yeah, that's going to be that. Then we say, what's the font? The font here is going to be .font, and this is going to be .system. Size is going to be 14. Weight is going to be .semi-bold, right? So that's going to be that, and it's going to look a bit better. And we need some padding. Okay, do we need some padding? Let's put a button, right? Instead button, like so. Come here, say action, like so. Do this, come here, do that, come here. And what we're going to do with this button in question, we're just going to come here and reprint. What are we going to print? For now, we're just going to print done, right? And what we'd like to do with this button is we could put, there are many ways you could create a button. I'm going to show you how we could do it with a Z stack. Let's come here and just say something like Z stack, like so. And this is going to be rounded rectangle. Corner radius is going to be 4.5, like so. It's a bit big, don't worry about it, we're working on it. And the foreground style is going to be .white, like so. Foreground style is going to be purple, right? We're not going to see it if it's white. The color should change, right? And then we're going to have the text on top of the button, right? That's one way you could do it. Text here is going to be something like subscribe, and you're not going to see it right now. It's going to be .foreground style. It's going to be white. So we have that, and that's going to be that. And the font is going to be .system, size 22, and weight is going to be, okay, right? That's going to be that. And now we need to give our button a size. We want it to occupy the frame. Come here with the frame, and the frame here is going to be, the width in question is going to be geometry dot size dot width multiplied by 0.8. So take 80% of the width available, and for the height is going to be geometry dot size dot height, and to it you're going to multiply 0.06, and that's going to be that, right? And we need some padding, so let's come in to say dot padding, like so. And we just want it to be dot vertical. It's going to be, let's say, 8, right? And we need another button. That's our attractive button. We need another button that is less attractive, and this is just going to be button. And we're going to connect it later on to dismissing this, right? So we come here and we say action, because remember, this is going to be a pop-up, right? Action, we're going to say present alert is going to be set to true, like so. And we are going to come here and we say, after this is going to be a label, hit this. The code is going to be the text. What's the text going to be? The text is going to be no thanks, like so. And we come here and we say dot foreground style, and this is going to be dot gray, like so. Come here, say dot font. What's the font? Is going to be dot system. Size is going to be 20. Weight is going to be bold, right? Okay, that's a bit smaller, which is good. And after that, we need an H stack. Let's come here. Okay, after our button, we come here and we say we're going to have an H stack. And the H stack, what's the H stack going to do? It's going to have a button, right? It's going to have a button, The action it's going to be that, and let's put a label also while we're at it. Okay, button, and this is going to be action. We have that. Then we could come here and we say we want to put a label. So let's come here and we say we want a label, like so. Hit enter, and this is just going to be text. This is going to be something like terms of use, and we come here and we say dot foreground style is going to be purple. Leading, that's going to be that. Come here, put a spacer. If you put a spacer, it's going to be orthogonal to the stack that you're putting in. VStack, it's going to push things down or up depending on where you put it, and an HStack is going to push things to the left or to the right depending on where you put it, right? So that's going to be that. The next one is going to be we are going to launch the privacy policy, right? So that is going to look pretty much like this. So no need to think too much about it. So we could just come here, copy this, come put this here, right? And you're going to get this, and this is going to be privacy policy, right? That's going to be that. And okay, what next? I think that's okay, right? The privacy policy is a bit too flush on that, and instead of leading here, let's make it trailing. Okay, so we have a lot of the stuff here done. This is going to be that. Let's put a bit of padding here. Come here, say dot padding, and we say here it's going to be dot top get 4. Okay, so that is in essence done, right? So this is actually the view that you're going to be. This is our view where everything is going to be, right? So when a user hits a button that they're supposed to subscribe to, and we're later on going to connect it to the various things, stock it and whatnot, right? This is what they're going to see, right? Now we want the view, we want the user to have the ability to dismiss the view, this view, right? So let's come here. It's going to be that geometry. Let's get the geometry, right? Okay, yeah, right. That's the geometry. Perfect. Now when we have the geometry, what we're going to do is just say dot alert, like so, is presented. Alert is presented. Okay, what's it going to be? Come here, get rid of this, right? This is going to be alert, is going to be error, and this is going to be is presented, and this is going to be $ presented alert. And what we're going to do here is going to be that, and here we're going to have message like so, and this is just going to be a text, and this is going to be error in your payment, right? So we do that. That's going to be that. And now we have the particular view where everything is going to be seen, right? Now we need to figure out how we can actually launch this or show this in UIKIT, right? So let's figure that out. Let's continue. Now, where do we show this? Well, we could show it in, let's see. Let's go to our extensions, right? Because we're going to call this from various places. So we probably need to put in our extensions, right? Right. Let's put in our extensions, right? So there's a function we created called handle upgrade. And right now it just prints upgraded, right? What we could do instead is we could come here and we say func, and this one is going to be called something like show purchase pop up, like so, right? Come here, do this, and this is just going to be let purchase view. And what's the purchase view? It's going to be purchase pop-up view, this one, like so. Then we say let VC is going to be, and to show a UI view, you just use a UI hosting controller. The root view is going to be the purchase view, like so. Then we come here and we say navigation controller dot present and what do we want to present? Navigation controller dot present. We want to present the VC, and animated is going to be true. Okay, so okay, now we need to call this up. Instead of saying printing upgraded here, when you call handle upgrade alert, we should say show purchase pop-up, right? So if hit that, okay, now we have everything we need, right? Now we need to figure out, where do we call this handle upgrade alert? I've forgotten where we put it, but I'm sure it's somewhere. Handle upgrade. Okay, extensions, profile controller, right? So we do it when you pick an image that you're not supposed to pick, and also if you're not a VIP, like so, right? Handle upgrade alert, right? Okay, so let's do that. Let's run this and see it in action. Hopefully it works the way we would like it to. Okay, give it a second. It's taking its sweet time. Okay, here we are, right? Now, what we need to do is we need to go to profile, and we need to pick this. And okay, it's not working because you're a VIP, right? So okay, we could, better yet, let's just do it from the match screen. Let's go to the match controller, right? The match controller, and when you press one of the navigation buttons, rather, where is the navigation button, right? I know the function, handle pop-up, right? So what we should do is here, we should call the handle upgrade alert, right? Come here and say handle upgrade alert, right? The message is going to be upgrade account. Do this, let's see it, hopefully it works, right? Do this, upgrade now, voila, right? And we can come here. When you select this 1 month, it is highlighted, but it doesn't particularly the overlay is not there. When you come here, we get the overlay. When you get here, the overlay here is best value, right? Now we see what we have, and let's start at the top. We can swipe through, see this, someone likes you, matches globally. Okay, and for some reason this is not working the way we want it to, right? For some reason it just shows up and then stops showing at some point, and we'll figure it out, right? Then we come here, no thanks. For now we say error in your payment, right? Okay, privacy policy does nothing, right? So let's see, is there anything we could do to fix this? What we could do is purchase pop-up view, right? And for the purchase pop-up view, what we would want to do is maybe we could give it padding at the top, maybe make it 8. Let's make it 8. That's a minor thing, right? Upgrade slideshow, move it up a bit. Let's make it 24. Yeah, let's run that and see. Okay, let's run that and see. Hopefully everything is as it should be. Okay, hit this, upgrade now, and here it works, right? And then 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 someone likes you always seems to fumble, right? I'm not sure why that is. And then it gets here and it's all here. It sort of like That's where it breaks down. For some reason, let's go to purchase option view. Right here we have purchase option view, right? No, that's not it. Slideshow, right? So the purchase slideshow, let's put a heart first. Let's go to our constant and just put a heart here. Is this, because I'm sure heart.fill, and also here heart.fill. Let's see. I don't see why. I don't understand why it comes to this ones, and for some reason it just doesn't show, right? But okay, or rather let's, okay, we can't, it doesn't loop around, right? Someone likes you. Okay, this just doesn't work out, right? So that is going to be the case for now, right? And is there anything we're doing in the slideshow? Upgrade slideshow, like so. Okay, it's sort of, what if we started off at, there's 6, right? Let's start it off at 4 and run this and then see whether that will work. Right, let's come here, figure it out, upgrade slideshow. Okay, we start at 4. It works, right? So it works. It works. But after a bit of swiping, it doesn't work for some reason, right? So after a bit of swiping, this doesn't work. I'm trying to see if there's anything, any of the reasons, and this is going to be data.count index in, and we're just going to get that, and then we pass over the change. And the tab view style is going to be page. Animation is going to be default. Okay, I don't know why this works sometimes and doesn't work other times. When I was building this with a different type, different version of Xcode. And it worked there perfectly. So I don't know, maybe it's the Xcode or whatnot, right? But basically, that is what the purchase slideshow is going to look like, right? So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.